longer form content over there. And we're ready to rock and roll. Hey, just as a quick reminder, if you haven't watered your brains hydrated today, please do that. Paw Patrol. We'll be there on the double. Hydration on the double. I know that Andrea prefers we do the children's close second. I had to come in here earlier to find a soccer jersey for our daughter's practice. So we'll come back to the kids' close. Hey, while we're here, I want to celebrate you for showing up. Even if you just came here by accident and you're just trying to figure out what's going on. I tell my clients all the time, showing up is sometimes the hardest part. And then once you're there, then you can do things one step at a time. So I know this mountain of laundry feels overwhelming, but I can do one piece of clothing at a time. That's not as overwhelming. One towel at a time. Anybody else out there neurodivergent in some way? If so, throw a brain emoji in here. Let me know where my other brains are at. We love hands-on husbands. Yep. Sarah, it's team effort. Teamwork makes the dream work. And speaking of, by the way, I just talked to a coach yesterday who's I'm going to have on as a guest here on Folding with Friends sometime soon. She works with the non-ADHD partner of those in an ADHD impacted relationship. So if you know of anyone, send them my way. I can get you connected. 123 Opal, Ed PDX 16. We got some neurospicy brains. Rach is in the house. Love seeing you. Hey, Chili, thanks for following me, by the way. I want to send you a little thank you for doing that. So just send me a direct message. Let me know you're a new follower, and I'll make sure that I get you a free digital resource to say thanks. All right, good to go. We got the clock on to gamify. Baskets are here. I am here. Friends are here. And I've just got the #1 gifting badge. Wah, 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 wah. Thank you for doing that. I would love to just have some people let me know what's going on in your life, because I'm here to help you. You scrolled here, and I want you to know that you are amazing just the way you are. I know you might have some limiting beliefs bouncing around in your head. That's okay. But I want to let you know no one's perfect. And whether or not you have ADHD, I don't care, because I love you the way you are. I tell people all the time, when they ask me, what makes you different? I say, I literally love my clients. I want them to be successful because I know how hard it can be living with ADHD. So I love just being in their corner with them, helping them do the everyday stuff. Ed PDX says, laundry is the bane of my existence. Now, Ed, I just want to say, when you do it together on Folding with Friends, it makes it a lot easier. You broke your foot, ankle, and leg, so you're couch bound. So bad for ADHD. Got it. Well, let me ask you this, Sarah. What could you do from the couch with your leg broken? Because your brain works, your fingers work, your eyeballs work. I don't know. You can eat. Well, that's good. You can take in nourishment on your own. You don't need help. So that's something to be grateful for. Okay, cool. Let's see. Any more towels? Here's a towel. I like going for the towel. That's an easy one. So let's celebrate. Celebrate some good things in everyone's world. Let's see what's going well. I made it to our daughter's soccer practice within 10 minutes of it starting. So that's a win in my book. Okay, I'm not going to go to this one yet. That's a kid's sock. Come back to that. Had a really powerful conversation with a couple of my clients today, actually. And a lot of it was about celebrating my clients, reminding them, hey, think of how far you've come since we started working together. Got people progressing in their relationships, progressing at work, getting resources, not being afraid to ask for help. Savannah, you know what I'm talking about? Amy's here. What's up? Hey, Lisa. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Rach, for muting whoever needed to be muted. We're just here to support each other. We don't need any negative talk. There's enough of that out in the world and sometimes inside our own heads. So let's keep it positive while we're here. Really appreciate Rach for keeping an eye out. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. Okay. All right. So have we had any celebrations yet? Like, let's go. Mrs. Roderick, you're here. What's going well in your world? Patricia Hall, thank you so much for the thumbs up. If you're here and this is helpful for you, please get some thumb exercise. Let me know that the content is resonating with you. I'm also totally open. If you have ideas around possible themes for some of our calls, for some of these lives, I'm down. And also, here's another thing. It's like the ultimate hack I can give you right now. So I want you to know you're not alone. And you could come here every Tuesday and you could pretty much get free coaching from me. I have executives that pay me thousands of dollars to coach them. You can come here for free, but you do have to be willing to ask questions and get vulnerable. That's the only stipulation, because I always say I practice courageous coaching. And I say I'm not going to hold back, and I expect you to do the same. I was taking a quick break to grab some gum. I am back. And we're sorting some laundry, people. What else can I celebrate? I have a new member on my team. And she is about to have a new member on her team. She shared with us that she's going to the hospital. She and her husband are having their first child. I'm so excited. Her due date was a little bit later, so the baby was really excited to stop on by and join the fun. So that's okay, as long as the baby's healthy. That's all that's important. So that's a positive. I checked in with all my clients today. That was one of my goals. So I got that done. Proud of that. I would love to have you be one of the people that I check in with on the regular. You can join our community for free through my profile. You can also book a call to learn more about what ADHD coaching options I have available. Patricia Hall said, oh, she shared the live. Thank you, Patricia. That means so much. Yeah, the clock is to help me fold. So Sarah asked, is the clock to help you fold? And I said, yeah. So this gamifies it. So then I keep moving, keep making progress. So the following is not just because I'm from Ohio, but it's a rule that's called, the acronym is called Ohio. And I like doing it, I like trying to do it when I'm doing laundry. Ohio stands for only handle it once. Because how many times do we pick things up and then say, oh, I'll get to this later, and then we never do? But if you only handle it once, Ohio, makes it a lot easier. So right there, like I didn't want to hang up the coat, but because I was using Ohio, it worked. I'm grabbing some hangers because I know I'll probably need those. And wouldn't you know it, I do. I know you tell everyone that you're proud of them, but you should know we are proud of you. Sarah, thank you. Honestly, that means so much because this is hard. I don't mean laundry. I just mean like every day. There's so many challenges and so many opportunities to be ready to give up. But just having someone say that, man, that means a lot. Rach, thank you. Thanks, everyone. And I would invite all of you to consider sending that to someone else. Sending somebody a message just saying how much you care about them. Or that you're grateful to have that person in your life and maybe an example of why. And if you want to crank up the accountability and really see the results, you could even comment right here during this live about who you would reach out to and what you would say to them. Because if you do that, it dramatically increases the likelihood you'd actually do it. So that's my question for all of you. Who's someone you're grateful for? And do they know you feel that way? When's the last time you told them? We are a team, for sure. Welcome, everybody. Hey, if you're just joining, I'm Coach Ryan, certified ADHD coach. And I am here to let you know you're not alone and that we're going to get through this together. Digging in the spicy brain for the list. There you go. Love that. Let's see, does that work? Yeah. Hello, Meredith. Welcome. So glad everyone's here. Rach said, I told my therapist how much I appreciate her and she got teary-eyed. Yes. That's so good. Hey, while you're here, share that appreciation. Let somebody know you care about them. Maybe it's a son of yours who's growing up. Maybe it's a neighbor. Maybe it's an old friend you haven't talked to. Maybe it's an uncle or an aunt or a cousin that you admire or look up to. And then don't forget, I'm here to help you. So what other questions do you have? Mama Bell 22, I'm asking you too. Would anyone care to know what the lesson was that I taught my group coaching clients today? Would anyone like to hear that? If so, just let me know in the comments. Be happy to share. Hey, anyone over on YouTube? On YouTube. Eventually someone's going to like it. Oh, Meredith says yes. Okay. Sarah says, how do you specialize in ADHD? Well, first you have a life where you happen to be wired with ADHD. Then you struggle with it for most of your adult life. Then you figure out that that ADHD coaching is even a thing because you're like at your wit's end. And by chance, God helps you to find an ADHD conference and you learn about ADHD coaching, and then your wife asks you, hey, if you could do anything, what would you do? And then you just know. You just say, I'd be an ADHD coach. And then she says, why don't you just do that then? That's how it happens. All right, Meredith says yes. I'm going to grab a visual aid and then I will tell you what the lesson is. Well, perfect. Hi.
Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Have you guys been hydrating? Let's hydrate together.
Meredith, Florida is on.
Hey, Meredith. Thanks for being here tonight. Are you folding with us? Do you have some laundry you're working on? Anybody else have laundry they're working on? Let us know in the chat.
Is it a shame scream or?
They just both went to the bathroom and washed their hands a really long time. So now they are to be staying in their beds.
Okay, great.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm excited. I have a walk date planned with one of my new mommy friends.
Nice.
From soccer season in the spring.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I told everyone I was going to tell them what I talked about during group coaching.
Ooh, you left us on the edge of our seats, huh?
So we're getting ready to drop the newest podcast episode 33 of the More Than ADHD podcast. And on the episode, I had a friend of mine, Jason Vandeveer, join me, and he talked about doing dream work. In other words, taking time. We're about to be joined by our 3-year-old.
What's up, Shane?
Shane, what's wrong, dude?
What is it?
What's wrong?
What?
There's something on your bed? You bumped it?
There's something on your head?
No, I think he said he bumped. Did you bump your bed?
No, I hit it.
Yeah, you hit it?
Oh my.
Oh, you
Can
okay?
you say goodnight, everybody? I'll get you some ice. No problem.
So Jason was talking about, dreaming in a good way. He said growing up, his dad was always really intentional about telling his kids, make sure you dream about what you want. And I don't mean like go to sleep and go to dream. And oh yeah, he's so sweet. And I don't mean go to sleep and dream. I mean spend time daydreaming, like intentionally. Like what do you want your life to look like? Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to accomplish? And so we did a little kind of visualization exercise during the episode, which I thought was really cool. But that's what inspired me today to ask my group coaching clients that same important question. But I did it in sort of a fun way. Just by a show of hands, digital hands, has anyone ever seen the movie The Notebook? Because I showed a scene from The Notebook to help get this in the minds of my clients. Who's seen The Notebook? Oh, hey, Amelia. Yeah. He'll be okay. Amelia, by the way, I think we should do a blog post about this. Okay. Meredith has seen it. Jackie Bianco, I know you've seen it. Sandra's seen it. Dion Armstrong, I know you've seen The Notebook. So, in one of the scenes from the movie The Notebook,
Which I'm going to see next week.
oh,
This
that's
week.
right.
This week in 2 days.
This is perfect. I forgot that. So this is like law of attraction. Speaking of attractive, it's my buddy Ryan Gosling, fellow Ryan, good-looking guy. He asked a question to Rachel McAdams. What do you want? What do you want? So here's what I said to my clients. Check it out, honey. What do you want? How can you be upset that you don't have the life that you want if you're not sure what you're aiming at? Just letting that one sit for a second. Because so many of us get frustrated, like, I don't have the things that I want. I'm not happy. I'm stressed out. Okay. Well, what are you doing to change it? What are you trying, like, what would make you happy? What would make you less stressed out? Okay, now what do you need to do to get there? How come you're not doing it now? What little steps can we start putting together so you can get there? And this, led to some really good discussion. And actually, because I know Andrea normally asks this question, do you have any openings in the group coaching? Why, yes, we do. We have a few spots in our Transformation Tuesday group. But if you're interested, be sure to schedule a call as soon as you can. There's people that have been in this group for over 3 years. So like people do not leave very often.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are interested, we just had someone graduate recently. Schedule a call, let them know you are interested. Let the team member know that you want to be part of Transformation or be considered to be part of Transformation Tuesdays. The calls are every other Tuesday at noon Eastern. But yeah, we'd love to have you come check it out. Even come check one out for free as well, as a guest.
Nice.
And you know what? Not many of you take me up on that. Like, it's a highly valuable opportunity, and you could just come to check it out. Literally, if you choose not to move forward, like, how will you ever know if you don't at least stop by?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And we just released earlier today the recording of the first Ryan Mayer Coaching Live webinar. So that was pretty cool. It was with Coach Ross, talking about experiences in the workforce with ADHD and how to overcome some common challenges.
Yeah, like imposter syndrome or the ADHD identity trap is what we were calling it. If somebody wanted to find that, is there a way for them to find it?
I'm pretty sure it's on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Ryan Mayer Coaching. Look up Ryan Mayer Coaching on YouTube, and it should be the most recent video. It was just posted today. And I believe in your profile, there's also a link in your link tree to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty good stuff. Seemed to get a good turnout and some good reviews on it. So yeah.
What's up, Bobby?
Listen to it if you wouldn't mind.
And Lawson Official.
Giving us a little comment on it, because that will help our SEO for YouTube, just spread more awareness about ADHD to those people that maybe really need the ADHD education or are really struggling in their lives and need the ADHD support. Speaking of that, I want to talk about 3 times the past week how I've been talking to parents about their children that have ADHD-like symptoms. However, they are reluctant to think that their child may have ADHD because they don't want to label them, or they just want to see if they'll grow out of it.
Oh dear.
And that just concerns me as an ADHD wife and mother about how poor ADHD knowledge is in the common folk.
The common folk. For sure. No, like people who aren't, immersed in this every day.
And it's like they don't even want to try to talk to the doctor about it to see if it's really ADHD to get a diagnosis, because they don't want to potentially have that diagnosis.
Yeah. They're basically feeding into the stigma, the very stigma that their child's going to be up against. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah. However, I did give the one mother some resources, because I think it kind of sounds like she realizes her daughter has some ADHD symptoms, but she thinks she's gonna change her brain. She's gonna change the daughter's brain with neuroplasticity. So I don't know, maybe, but I gave her some resources, especially one of a favorite resource in the Mayer house, which is the time timer. So we use the time timer every day. Ryan uses it for work. Obviously, we're using it right now to help us make it a game, to make things like in everyday life more fun and like gamification. And we use it with our son who has ADHD to help him with transitions, especially when it's time to get off of television. That's a real big struggle for him. And he used to really fight us, but once we started implementing the time timer and telling him, hey, right now, this is how much time you have left to watch TV. We'll put on, 15 minutes, and whenever that red disappears, because it's a visual timer, then your TV time is up. And that's really been helping to help him realize, okay, they told me, they warned me, and now my time is up. So
right.
That's been really positive for us. And you can also use it to okay, let's set the timer and see how fast we can clean up these toys and kind of race the clock kind of thing. So there's multiple ways you can use it. You can even make up new games with it too.
So you were telling this mom about these resources, and
Yeah, so I was telling mom about Time Timer, and Ryan Merrier Coaching has a coupon. I think it's Coach Ryan 10 for 10% off. If you guys are interested in checking out a Time Timer, it is totally worth it. There's this size, which is our favorite size, and then there's like a smaller pocket size as well. So check it out. It's been helpful for us. No matter if your family has ADHD or not, I think it'd probably be helpful for all kids.
it's true.
So I gave her that resource, and then I told her about ADD Attitude Magazine. They have a lot of nice blogs on parenting, and the Chad organization has a lot of nice resources. So I don't know, we'll see. At least I kind of like gave her some info about it.
Planted the seeds.
And then one of the other girls is actually in our daughter's class. So again, I think the mom realizes that there's like something going on, but like doesn't want to kind of rush into it. Just going to kind of see what happens. And I do believe like within the next couple of years, it'll come out at one point or another if it is meant to. Right? Or do you think with girls, like it really does stay covered for if a parent doesn't bring it up?
I mean, that's what women say, is that they fly under the radar for years.
So if we had such a hard time getting Ethan a diagnosis, because you have to have it in 2 settings. You have to be clinically significant in 2 settings. So ours was home and school. So if a child, let's say a girl, is very well behaved in school, a good listener in school, no problems in school, then how is she going to get a diagnosis then if there's no problems in school?
It's hard, but I would say, we're big fans of ADHD Online, so that could be one route to go. Is you can go to ADHDonline.com and you can get a certified diagnosis from a medical professional. That route, but no, I hear what you're saying. And I think it would probably be like chatting with looking at some of those resources you just mentioned, Andrea, would be a great place to start.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they wanted to talk with some of the coaches that are, that I'm friends with, happy to get people connected in that way too.
Yeah.
Because that could help. Do you remember any of the things that the parents were saying, like that their kids were doing, just in case anybody's listening right now and they don't really know what to look out for?
Yeah. A hard time focusing on a task.
Mm-hmm.
Being real distractible, like if their siblings doing something else, or if a friend's doing something else, they're not able to focus on their thing. Having just like a ton of energy, kind of like bouncing off the walls type of thing, which is definitely what our son is like if he doesn't take his medication, which we saw because he ran out of medication last night. And so today he was just like pretty much like an Energizer bunny. He was just like bouncing all over the place. He couldn't, if he doesn't have his medication in him, he can't sit down for dinner. He takes a bite and then he like runs away, climbs on the swing set, swings, jumps around, runs around the table, comes back, takes a bite, and then like does it again. So the medication really helps him to be able to like calm down enough to like do a thing, do a task, like eat.
It's crazy. I mean, just
Well, I'm just so glad that we have knowledge about it and we know what's going on in his body, because then we can't get angry with him for not sitting at the table. Like, oh, sit at the table, kid. Well, he's, his
Like
body
his
is
body and
so
his-
wound up, he
Yeah,
can't.
his body and his brain like won't let him sit down. And there's a couple times where like he was really agitating his siblings, and I was getting frustrated because that's where my ADHD starts coming into place, where I have a very low, tolerance for those things. But Andrea did a good job reminding me, hey, don't forget, he doesn't have his medication. Like, he's having a hard time regulating, so you need to help him. Like, all right, I will.
Yeah. Yeah, but think of all the kids whose parents don't realize that this is their disability, and they're not able to control it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm kind of like against the 2 settings rule.
Yeah. Well, tell them about why that was so hard even for us.
Well, because Ethan really was struggling at home with challenges with ADHD and impulsivity. But then at school, he was able to mask it and do a nice job for his teacher. And then he would get home and he would like let it all loose.
Yeah. But then
it finally started showing up at the end of first grade, like midway through first grade, where his focus issues were showing up in school.
What I was going to say though is it makes us, you can feel sometimes like you're like, are we making this up? Because then people are having a hard time. Like, wait, you're talking about Ethan? No, like he's well behaved. So then it sometimes makes the parents look or feel a certain way. Like, why are you trying to get your son diagnosed? Like, is this,
I even heard that from my mother when I was telling her about tough times that we were having with our son because of the behaviors at home, which we believed were ADHD symptoms, but we did not have the validation at that time. And she said, Andrea, be a mother.
Wow.
Just handle your kid. And we were doing the best we could, but there was some obvious issues happening where our son was not really capable of doing what we ask because of his impulsivity and inattentiveness and hyperactivity.
I kind of forgot about that. So do you feel like she has changed her tune? Like,
oh yeah, they can totally tell a difference now that he's on meds versus when he was not on meds.
Yeah.
100% they've changed their tune. And also, for all the parents that don't want their kids to get on medication, I can definitely understand that. You don't want your kids on something that maybe isn't absolutely necessary for them to take, or that may cause, other issues, because, there's side effects to every medication, and I get that. But there's also like many different medications for ADHD. It's not just one type. I know some people are nervous to put their child on stimulant because it can cause lack of hunger. And is it like known to stunt growth, or is that just like a myth?
No, I think that's a thing.
So, those are legit reasons for not wanting to put your child on a stimulant.
Do you think you could get your stuff moving off the bed?
Yeah, like this stuff over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, those are legit reasons for not wanting to do a stimulant. However, there are other types of medication. Like our son is on a non-stimulant called clonidine, and it's our son struggled with swallowing pills, so they crush it up and compound it in the pharmacy, and he like drinks it. So that's an option. And there's also, isn't Strattera a non-stimulant, Ryan?
I don't really feel comfortable getting into talking about medications because they don't really stay in my mind. So.
Okay. Well, anyway, there's a lot of different medications, and you can
point
always
is
try different ones, because the best thing about ADHD meds is like you take it for a day and it's out of your system. So if you take it, doesn't work out, then you move on. And try something else.
Tell them about when Ethan took stimulants.
Yeah, whenever our son's taking stimulants, he didn't have an appetite, which was concerning since he is like super skinny to begin with. And then also, he just like, whenever the Adderall was leaving his system, like coming out of his, like he was going down from it, he experienced what's called the come down effect, which I didn't even realize was a thing until I was talking to another mom of an ADHDer, and they also, their sons had experienced it. But when the stimulant's leaving the body, you can get like increased ADHD symptoms. So like in the evening, Ethan was just getting like so angry over the littlest things and like losing his cool over it, like real bad. So we decided like, okay, this is not going to be good for him, a good fit for him. And then we moved on. So, you got to find something that works. But, it's not all about the medication either, because the pills don't bring the skills. In addition to medication, you still need to have strategies. Okay, once you get the focus, what are you going to focus on? You can still focus on the wrong things. That is where ADHD coaching comes in, to help you figure out what the strategies. The strategies to help you meet your goals. So if you guys are out there maybe struggling a little bit with building strategies, then an ADHD coach might just be the ticket for you to help you kind of like get over.
What's up, Mimi? Side. What's up, Sister Susie?
So if that's the case, you can book
Copy
a call,
before talkie.
RyanMerrierCoaching.com, or through the profile. It's a free clarity call. So how was group coaching today? We talked about that prompt, but were people like pumped up?
Yeah, people were really liking it. People have made a lot of really good strides. There was 2 different people who they had home projects that had been, getting put off for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That this past weekend they were able to get them knocked out, and it just felt really good.
Yes.
And a big realization that I've had, and I help my clients with, is to realize the difference between a task and a project. Because many times we think of a project, like, for example, clean the garage. Like, someone keeps saying, like, yeah, I've been meaning to clean the garage, but I keep putting it off. And then I'll ask them, okay, well, what does clean the garage mean to you? Well, what do you mean? Like, get the garage clean. Okay. But you know how many steps there are in that? There's a lot. So if you don't list them out and figure out what they are, you're going to keep avoiding it. Here's a writer downer for you. which is avoidance is caused by ambiguity a lot of times. Keith says it's more of a self-motivation life adjustment. It's a life adjustment. I don't typically use medications. I learned from more than 25 plus years if I find positive daily adjustments. Love that. Yeah. Yeah. And Amelia says, agreed, Keith. I could not find medication for health reasons, so I learned how to do life without them. It's really impressive. And it really is it's a personal decision. So I want to make sure to say that too. Like, medications aren't for everyone. Kim, 325. Love that name, by the way. Hey, Mary, what's up? Jess AF. Deirdre is here. Hope you're all doing well. We're just talking about the importance of, when you are figuring out what to work on, realizing that this thing that you might think is a task might actually be a project made up of lots of different tasks. And if that's the case, then you need to work on, maybe with the help of a coach or some accountability partners, figuring out what all those tasks are. Because once you break it down in that way, it can make it way easier. Hey, is anybody else working on things right now? It's always fun to hear what people are working on, so then we can celebrate with you if you get some things done. So let us know in the comments. If you've got us on in the background, trying to get some things done. Keep us posted on that. Marucha Garza, welcome. Heath is here. Samantha's in the house. Hey, where's everybody tuning in from, by the way? Keith, love that. Keith says it's about self-motivation, to be wanting to change and figure life out in the process of the ADHD. Oh, good. Meredith is hanging a mountain of clothes that you washed all week. Oh, self-actualization. Got it. But yeah, this is great. Good job, Meredith. Way to go. Nice job hanging them up. How about everybody else? Andrea Van Skyver, how about you? Katz, Prav, Christine, welcome to Folding with Friends. Because guess what? Friends don't let friends fold alone. That's what we believe. And we just recently launched a new service at Ryan Mayer Coaching, having professional accountability partners. What does that mean? It means if you want to work with someone one-on-one to help you get stuff done, like, you might not even need the coaching. Maybe you already know. You just need somebody to body double and be there with you virtually. That's really helped me to unlock my own levels of productivity. So I want to start bringing that to more of my clients. So that's what we're doing. So if you're interested in learning more about that, send me a DM or schedule a call to learn more. And we'd love to tell you more about it. We also have group coaching. You can join our community completely for free. The link is in the profile. Because this can feel, trust me, I know, because I live it every day, how lonely this can feel. But what if you could surround yourself with a group of people who understands what it's like?
Speaking of surrounding yourself with a group of people that knows what it's like, we have over 400 people in the Ryan Merrier Coaching Digital Community, or the ADHD Coach Ryan Digital Community. So it's totally free to join. And we have exciting chat channels, like talking about ADHD, people that have questions or problems, or just want someone to listen, whatever. We have people from all around the world in there supporting each other at all times of the day. And there is a challenge of the month, a monthly challenge that you can participate in, also for free. So you can sign up. It's through the profile, or you can go to Patreon and look up ADHD Coach Ryan. So it's pretty good stuff. You're never alone. There's always someone there that understands.
Because I know I've talked with some of you, and it feels sometimes like you're going crazy. You feel like you're crazy. Why can't you get this thing done? You know it's important. You know that it's stressing you out that it's not done, but you can't seem to get yourself to start. It's hard to explain that to someone who doesn't know about ADHD. But we get it. And that's why we're doing everything we can to create services to help you to conquer your ADHD.
Yep, and that is the system that we use here at Ryan Merrier Coaching, the Conquer Your ADHD System of coaching. Four-step process, proven process. There are 115 five-star reviews. It works. You put your time and energy into it, it works. And it's something that you can build strategies that can last you a long time to build success.
I actually got another 5-star review today.
Oh, congratulations. From who?
From your former neighbor.
Oh, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. That's exciting.
A fun thing that I did this past weekend, got to go, this was the second time we did it. I went with our son on a Cub Scout trip, and we got to sleep over and have a slumber party on a World War II battleship. So that's pretty sweet. You definitely feel like you're going back in time, like you're one of the people in the Navy on the ship. They've refurbished the whole thing, so it's really cool. Like it, looks and sounds the same way it did back in the day.
Wow. What do you mean they refurbished it? They like polished it up?
5 minutes left, honey. Yeah, it's actually pretty incredible. They left a couple of rooms specifically to be like, if we didn't refurbish it, this is what it would look like.
Okay.
And it looks like a haunted house. Like it's like paint falling off, everything's rusted and like falling apart.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But the rest of the ship, like it doesn't look brand new, but like, yeah, everything is polished, everything's repainted, everything like works. But I mean, if you think about it, it's like,
it's just so old.
It's like
things kind of fall apart.
Yeah, a floating house from like the 40s.
Is it still on the water?
Yeah. So anyway, it's just really cool how they've done it, and then they turned it into a museum as well. So you can go to like different areas of the ship, and they have like exhibits basically that talk about different things. So it's really cool.
What is the ship that's on the water that's a museum in Cleveland? What kind of ship is that?
That's a submarine.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it legit underwater?
Part of it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it floats in the water.
But is like most of it underwater?
Yeah.
The submarine?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But this is pretty cool. Something that I relearned.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, one of the things about a submarine is like when you're underwater, you don't want to be making a bunch of air bubbles, because then it kind of defeats the purpose, because then people know where you are. Because like if you stop in one spot and then it's like everybody's breathing,
Okay.
and there's bubbles coming up, like, you know, the enemy battleship would be like, hey, there's a bunch of bubbles over there. Let's drop a bomb right there.
Oh my.
So
you're trying to like hide underwater?
Yeah, that's why they did it. To like, literally you could sneak up on a ship. Like they wouldn't see you because you're literally underwater.
Yeah.
And then they use radar to be like, oh, there's something big and metal in the water. And then they would fire a torpedo. So like when they first started, it was like insane, because it'd be like out of nowhere, all of a sudden part of your boat just explodes.
Wow.
But what I was wondering about is like, okay, well, how does this thing run? It has these huge engines. That one of them was built in Cleveland, actually. Kind of fun fact. Built in Cleveland, they have these huge motors. It's like from the wall to like the phones. That's how big this motor is.
Oh,
and they have two of them in the submarine. But it's like, how are you going to run that and still breathe when you're underwater?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't use the engines while they were underwater. They used batteries while they were underwater, and then when they would take time to like come back up to the surface, they would run the engine to charge the batteries.
Oh.
So like pretty cool technology for the 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
So pretty cool stuff. But anyway, so we got to sleep on this battleship. I'll put it this way: they've refurbished a lot, but you know, the emphasis when you're on a warship is not comfort. So I'm still feeling the sleep lag from that. You know, we're coming into Wednesday now, and it's like, geez, how many days is it going to take for me to like feel like I'm back on track? So it's just a good reminder to me and to everyone, like, to really value your sleep. Everything is going to be better when you honor that. Speaking of charging batteries, I tell my clients, we're so concerned about keeping our cell phone batteries charged, but we're not always as focused on charging our batteries for our bodies. So take this as a sign. Maybe when we sign off from doing our laundry, maybe you can sign off and get some rest.
And I could sign on to the federal government because I forgot to pay your taxes yesterday.
Sure.
Whoopsies.
Whoopsie doodles.
So remind me about that.
Well, I'm going to write it down.
Thank you.
So we know how that goes.
Yep.
That's why I've learned you always got to have sticky note dispenser and a writing utensil
That's right.
close at hand. So, what was everyone able to accomplish during this time? Pam, you became the #1 gifter. You're the best.
Thanks, Pam.
The Buju Burnett 23. Hi, welcome. Malachi 3.5. Welcome.
What does Malachi sound familiar?
Saint Malachi.
Yeah. I think it's a church in Cleveland.
It is. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, let us know if you need some support with your ADHD. You can join our free digital community. We're here for you.
Through the profile or on Patreon, ADHD Coach Ryan. Also at ryanmayercoaching.com at the very top. Oh, there's a thing you have to do. Puzzle. RyanMayerCoaching.com at the very top red stripe, you can join the community there as well. Also on there is a free masterclass you guys can look at. It is 5 shifts to conquer ADHD at work. Totally free. Ryan spent a lot of time on it. Check it out.
Nice job, Amelia, getting new tabs into your Bible. Wah, 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 wah.
Whoop, whoop. Very nice.
Awesome. All right, are we good?
Yeah. I think so.
I'm missing one new Adidas sock, so if you happen to find one, that's okay. Okay, team. Just want to let you know, I believe in you. You did an amazing job.
Good job, everybody.